Oh, it looks like we're actually underway. So we're just taking a look at our crew from Wisconsin. One of our 6 crews in this second semi-CD, but we'll do a lane read for you nonetheless. In lane 1, MIT, lane 2, Oregon State. Our crew on picture now, the crew from Wisconsin in lane 3. Next to them, Columbia in lane 4, Temple in lane 5, and Holy Cross in lane 6. Here they come charging down the track, and well, that looks like an awfully even field as well, doesn't it, Matthew?
Absolutely. Perhaps MIT a little bit further back than the rest, but perhaps half a length. But I mean, a very, very close start indeed. And we're seeing that throughout across the board here.
Yep, here's a nice shot of the Beavers of Oregon State. Strokeman Hudson Cole out of Granite Bay, California, just with the paint face on, putting everything behind it as we get underway in this semifinal. But great, beautiful shot, and that's a big look over from the 5 seed, Adler Crane, a freshman in the engine room for the Beavers, just tracking the progress. And there's a lot to see because, well, there's a lot of overlap in this field with maybe just Wisconsin, your race leaders, by just a few seats over this crew from Oregon State. Here's the crew from, ooh, it's tough when we have both of the crews with T's on their oars, if it's MIT or if it's Temple, but it's one of those two, and didn't they look good as we just go off screen now. Back to our full field with Wisconsin leading the chevron. This is our crew from Columbia.
Nice shot of the crew from Columbia there. Stroke Charles Bolt, 7 seats Charles Cartisser, Colton Miller, Adam Pushner, Daniel Robbins, Mateo Mitrovic, Barnaby Russell, Nick Gonzalez, and Cox Lucy Roberts.
Yep, so a big ask for this Columbia crew, an awfully young program.
They are young, yeah.
Filling out this Columbia Varsity 8. This is definitely the crew from Temple now that I have my wits about me. There they are, the Owls with the red tees. But here's the crew from Holy Cross as well.
Wisconsin seem to be wanting to dominate from the offset, like half a length. What's just coming through 1,000 meters now. It's a good margin to have as they get into the second half of this race. And they posted the fastest time of the crews in this race here, 5:40, coming 4th in heat 4 of the Varsity 8s yesterday. Columbia have stuck with them reasonably well, actually. I think that like half a length is quite a good margin for this Columbia crew, looking at the time set from yesterday. And you got Temple right alongside Columbia there. It's going to be a good 3-horse charge into the finish. And I think Wisco are going to have to step on a little bit if they want to maintain that margin.
I think this Wisconsin crew will have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. This is the crew that missed out on qualifying into those AB semis with that outlying performance from that Navy crew that we saw come down in the AB semis a little while ago. So Wisconsin just on the wrong side of that margin. I think they're going to come out in this CD semi with a vengeance, thinking that maybe they should have earned themselves a place in those AB semis earlier today. So here they are, employing that emotional response here, just getting themselves out to a very handy 3/4 of a boat length lead over the rest of the field. But I do think the rest of the field might just start to come back at them because they did start awfully fast. And now as emotions ramp up in the second half of this race, I think this midfield is just going to start to reel in this crew as they all charge for qualification.
We've seen this tailwind bring everyone together in that latter 1,000 meters. And actually, you're right, this crew from Wisco, although it's a good lead, it's not enough yet to make them to be sure that they're comfortable. You're right, they're rowing with a chip on their shoulder. You can see that they're desperately trying to prove a point here. And actually, they're holding that crew at Columbia at about half a length. Interesting to see that the crew from Temple are now chasing down the crew from Columbia. And I think they're eating up that lead. It's now down to what, a canvas for Columbia over Temple, not to write off the crew from Holy Cross in lane 6, who are sticking right with the crew from Temple, the crew from MIT and Oregon State a little further behind now. But goodness me, that certainly the momentum is now with Temple as they look to be getting right up in the face of Columbia. I wonder whether whether Columbia will have anything left to give to step it up here. They're going to have to if they want to make sure of their place in this C final, because I certainly think that crew from Holy Cross aren't to be written off. But yeah, it's Temple that have just now taken the lead just in front of that crew from New York, Columbia. Wisconsin still holding out there for their 3-seat or so advantage as we start to head into the red buoys. Are we into the red buoys? I can't quite see yet.
It looks like we are, and I think you're absolutely right. The momentum just shifting into the favor of this Temple boat being led by so many seniors on board, and opposed to, you know, the youth that we're looking at in this Columbia lineup. We have Coxon, Grace Crosby, a senior, along with your stern pair for Temple, both seniors as well.
The momentum is certainly with Temple. I wonder, actually, we'll see in a second, whether they have just jumped in front of that crew from Wisco, leading from the offset with that point to prove, having missed. But I think the crew from Temple have just jumped the crew from Wisconsin. It's going to come right down to the line. I can't see properly with that angle. But
it looks like
from above,
Wisconsin still is just going to hold on to that lead by a pretty safe margin. But they certainly did make easy work of that Columbia crew in that last 500. So great work from the Owls, just sneak into that.